Can you grow tomatoes from tomato slices? The answer is yes, but this is a good method for growing tomatoes. I will give you my opinion about this way of planting tomato seeds later in this video. But first, let's try it out. So in this video, I will show you a simple way to grow tomatoes from tomato slices. You start with slicing a ripe tomato. Put the tomato slices on some potting mix and then cover them. Keep this potting mix moist but not wet for around 10 days. After this time, the seeds in the tomato slices hopefully have sprouted and you will have a lot of tomato seedlings. The seedlings now need a lot of light, 14 to 16 hours of light every day. So put the container in the sunny window. If you want healthier plants, it's a good idea to add supplementing light from a grow light. You don't need to add any fertilizer and it's time for the first repotting of the tomato plants. When tomato seedlings have the second pair of leaves, it's time for the first repotting. For information concerning repotting of tomato seedlings, please watch my repotting of tomato seedlings video. My reason why I'm usually not growing tomatoes from tomato slices. It's actually pretty cheap to buy tomato seeds. When you buy tomato seeds, you have the opportunity to choose from an almost endless choice of different types of tomatoes. Store-bought tomatoes are often grown from so-called F1 hybrid seeds. When you plant the seeds from an F1 hybrid, you don't know what tomato variety your plant will produce. So if you want to plant seeds from a store-bought tomato, try to find a heirloom tomato. When you plant heirloom tomato seeds, you know what type of tomato the plant will produce. I think there exist a lot of better ways to save seeds from tomatoes until it's time for the next planting season. For example, through fermenting the seeds. But as a fun experiment for your kids, or if you live in a place with more than one tomato growing season, why not just try it? Thanks for watching. If you have any growing tips or questions about growing tomatoes, please leave a comment.